Welcome to Nerd Overload, the Pop and Geek Culture Show, and welcome to 2025, the far-off future year of 2025, where we don't have flying cars and AI is less Rosie the Robot and more...
awful.
Oh, yeah, just terrible.
Just terrible.
I'm Cody.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Josh.
And hey, 2025, did you know January 1st, 2025 is the day that Zardoz takes place? So in preparation, I am wearing the red banana hammock.
Maybe I should have wore it because I'm the one hairy enough to be Sean Connery.
So thank you all for tuning in.
Hold on. The big floating head's coming by.
Zardoz. So yes, we have a great show for you this week. Bunch of news. We're going to be talking about some DC movie news, casting. We're going to be talking about some unfortunate things like Toy Story 5 and Labyrinth 2. Not to be subtle about our thoughts about it, but hey, we'll get to that later. But first, let's talk about some things we have been checking out.
Check it out!
The gun is good or something. I don't know. I've never seen Zardoz.
That's one of my check 'em outs. To celebrate, I rewatched Zardoz.
Oh, wow.
Josh, have you ever seen Zardoz?
It's been a long time.
And Cody, you said you never watched
I've
Zardoz.
never seen it.
It's wild. It's a wild, stupid movie.
I think I mostly just remember the Rick and Morty reference.
Well, yeah. Show me what you've got.
No. The one,
The head?
the floating head. Yeah,
Yeah.
The sex robot.
Oh, well, that too. Yeah. No, Zardoz is nuts. It was made by John Borman, who did the. I think he had something to do with The Exorcist. If he didn't direct it, he wrote it. Something like that.
I don't remember.
The whole thing it's a 70s nightmare.
Yeah, it's like beyond schlocky sci-fi.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is about in the future of 2025, society has split off into the Eternals, who are these people who are basically they live forever.
They've watched the Marvel film The Eternals.
Yeah, basically. But they're these people who live forever and are completely bored of their life, and they're like savage humans who have secretly been part of like genetic modification. Like the Eternals have been like trying to create the perfect human. And of course, the perfect human is Sean Connery. So they bring Zed into their enclave to basically teach him how to be human. And he saves the Eternals by killing them all to relieve their boredom or something. It's weird.
Hurt me, snake. Make me feel pain.
Yeah, it's a weird one, and it's a lot of really weird, heady kind of thoughts. Like the Eternals are punished by having years taken off their life, but they can't die, so they just age. They age them 5 years for being obstinate. This one guy.
So you can't be young and immortal. You got to be old and immortal.
Yeah,
if you're
not good. And all the immortals that are like permanent criminals have been aged to geriatric and are forced to dance in an eternal New Year's Eve party.
Oh my god!
For the elderly.
So let's see, it's the 70s. So people my age.
Pretty close, actually. Pretty close. No, it's just. I don't know how to explain it.
You can tell that drugs were involved.
Oh, from beginning to end.
Because it's a wild, heady, and interesting idea, but also they're too much on drugs to like accomplish it.
There is so much idea in it. There's too much idea to be able to put on screen. Also, Zardoz, you know where the name comes from. The guy who creates the floating head is one of the Eternals. And he saw in a library the book The Wizard of Oz. Zardoz.
Oh, wow.
Because he's a giant talking head.
Man, I think I've forgotten so much about this stupid movie.
A story better than Wicked.
Is that your check it out? Because you've been making a lot of Wicked references lately.
Oh, man. What if they should roll Zardoz into Wicked? Why not? Heck with it.
I mean, The Return of Oz is weird enough.
Oh, man. I love that movie.
You know,
it's so good.
With TikTok.
TikTok and Jack Pumpkinhead and the Gump. the two couches with the moose head and the palm fronds that fly. That movie's wild, and I love it.
So stupid.
No, it's great.
Did you know the guy in the TikTok suit is actually somebody walking on their hands?
Yeah. To get hit the weird kind of walk. Yeah, it was a guy on his head. The Wheelers freaked me out as a kid. They were these guys that had wheels for their arms and legs and would just roller skate around, and their arms were like freakishly long, so they looked like they were kind of standing up while they were wheeling around. Super weird. I love it.
It's kind of like the Dark Crystal when they're riding on those one creatures with the long arms and legs. Take like near the end of the movie to get back or whatever.
That's one I need to go back and watch. I've seen it once.
It's been a while, and I never did finish the series. The prequel.
Well, you can't watch it anymore.
It's kind of gone.
That's right. That's right. They took it away. I forgot about that.
Netflix said bye. Or was it Disney Plus?
It was Disney Plus.
Disney Plus killed Willow.
Yes. No, Netflix killed
Dark
Crystal Age of Resistance, the prequel series. Yeah. But no, Zardoz. Check it out. The mildest of recommends. It's right on that edge where if you're not down 100% for stupid,
you're going to hate it.
You're going to absolutely hate it. And there's a good section in the middle of the movie that just is, they're trying to explain the future society that lives in the bubble, and it's just nonsense. It is just nonsense. So
here's a big lore dump that also doesn't make sense.
Yep, that's exactly
We're going to bring the movie to a grinding halt right about here.
Yep, this is where it goes.
And I'll bet it wasn't exactly chugging along before that point either.
Not really. I mean, it's a lot of it is saved by the red costume, honestly. It's I mean, that's the joke, right? That's the joke that everyone sees.
His red diaper and his stupid bandoliers.
And his thigh-high boots. Yeah.
He's got like this ridiculous like goatee almost
thing,
Fu Manchu.
And his long hair.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: he gets like future person clothes by the end of the film, and it's not much better. He looks like the Great Gazoo by the end because he has like the deep V shirt with like the arm like shoulder pop out, the epaulets or whatever.
Yeah,
shoulder pads.
Yeah, I'm thinking about some of the stuff from like
pauldrons. That's the word.
Some of the stuff from like the original Star Trek, like when they go to like various like cultures on other planets, and it's just people in the goofiest outfits or stupid makeup.
Oh,
or it's just like something boring, like everybody wears togas. Like it's either one end
or
the other.
Yeah,
or it's Gangster Planet.
Yeah, Gangster Planet is a
Nazi
good one.
Planet.
Yeah, that's another one. Well, at least it's better than the first season of Next Gen, where they go to indigenous African planet.
Oh no! Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Yeah. It's the one where they Tasha Yar has like the ball mace on her hand and has to fight a guy in combat.
Oh, I don't remember this.
Oh, it's like the second or third episode. It's real bad.
That's Spock and Kirk.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's real bad. It's like the Ponfar but worse. Yeah.
Oh god.
Trial by combat.
Yeah.
Awful, boring combat.
It was the 60s.
And not Next Gen.
Well, I know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. No, the Ponfar fight is great. Just because of Shatner's acting.
No, the Gorn Kirk fight is great.
The Gorn Kirk fight is great because he has the rock and he's just like very like obviously not touching him when he's hitting him.
Yeah.
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
Or that one episode where they go to that planet where that guy has that giant, tall, ugly man. I think it's the same dude who played Lurch.
Oh yeah,
and
that's the robot planet, right? Where they're secret robots.
Or, I think only the one. I think
they try to make a secret Kirk robot.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
but like Kirk like has like that stupid stalactite that looks like a phallus.
Oh yeah, no, that's in there for sure. Well, then Frank Gorshin is the alien who's white on one side and black on the other.
Oh yeah.
And their race hates the people that have the colors swapped.
Yeah, the heavy racism episode.
Yeah, this one is like, this is the racism episode.
This is this very special episode of Star Trek, the original series. Well, back then it'd just be Star Trek.
Star Trek, yeah.
Ted Cassidy is the guy that played Lurch.
Ted Cassidy, yeah.
And they have a festival for him in West Virginia every year because that's where he's from.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, they have Lurch Fest.
Lurch Fest. Oh, we should go to
And
Lurch
West
Fest.
Virginia gets all the good stuff.
They really do get the good festivals.
Yeah.
They got the Mothman. Now they got the Lurch Fest.
Ohio has the Frogman Festival, I think.
Well, I think this year is going to be the first one.
Okay. Yeah. Hey,
because it's the only cryptid we got.
cryptids, man.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Like everything else is like, well, there's spottings of Mothman, and there's something that's kind of like a Sasquatch.
The skunk ape.
It's either the skunk ape or the grass man. I can't remember.
The grass man.
I can't remember
Yeah,
what they
the
call
grass
it.
I
man.
always want to pronounce it Skoonkape, like
Skoonkape.
the guy from Salmon Max,
Yes. Yes.
the evil space gorilla warlord General Skoonkape.
All right.
Oh, Lurch Fest is August 3rd this year. Or wait, no, that was last year.
That was last year.
Never mind. I
Well,
forgot.
it'll probably be August again. That's
Yeah.
usually how these things run.
I forgot it's 2025 now.
It is technically 2025. Just
There's
barely.
no technically about it. We're there.
Just barely, but it's
We're
happening.
We're in the future, and it's wrong.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Hey, if you went back in time and asked me what 2025 was going to be like, it wouldn't be this.
If you ask me what 2025 would be like, I'd tell you Zardoz.
Hey, remember when 2015 came around and everyone was expecting, Back to the Future 2?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we did get a 3D Jaws well before. Or no, it's 4D Jaws.
We did get a 4D, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 Is it 3D or 4D in Back to the Future?
I think it's 4D because there were 3D movies around Back to the
it's
Future
true.
too, so it's like what's more than 3 is 4.
we
know what's
we do
funnier
have
than
4D
20
movies now, though.
Yeah.
You know what's funnier than 23? 24.
All right, so what have you guys been doing?
I watched.
Bringing in the new year.
I watched Scott Pilgrim Takes Off.
That's good. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it was fun. It was definitely interesting, and I liked how they made it different than Scott Pilgrim because
Yeah.
everyone knows that story.
I love how they did the rug pull on everybody.
Bait and
that's
switch kind of thing, yeah.
Hey, guess what? Scott's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely pull It's a Wonderful Life with like Scott Pilgrim out of the way, like what would happen with everybody.
I love when they show it like adult Scott and he still sucks.
Yeah, he's just a tool.
He's just- yeah.
And he's Will Forte.
Well, yeah.
I was like, man, why does he sound kind of like Chris Kattan? It's Will Forte.
Sometimes I make the spaghetti.
No, I really liked it. I had a lot of fun. It's nice seeing all the little jokes.
The animation was really nice.
Oh,
in it.
yeah.
it's solid.
Yeah.
It was solid, and the fact they got everybody back to do the voices.
Yeah, that was
I was
pretty
like,
cool.
Okay.
That was pretty cool. That show had a lot of the first Evil X because what's his name? Patel
Yes.
does not get a lot of play in the original story, but
No.
he has like a major part in
he's
this,
like
right? They flesh him out pretty well.
Yeah, he becomes the guy. He is the G-man. Mm-hmm. But no, I'm a little sad they canceled it, but at the same time, it told its story, so it's like.
Well, yeah, I don't think there was any intent at all to have another season
No.
of that.
But I think
No.
they just announced it to say out of the way, we're not doing it.
I always say I would rather have a show end with a definitive, satisfying ending than limp along and multiple seasons just because it was popular and made money and then kind of fizzle out at the end.
I think that the clickbait news cycle picked that up and made that more of a thing than it ever was meant to be.
Yeah.
They canceled Scott Pilgrim. It's like, no, they never intended to make more than just
They
the
just
one.
didn't make any more.
Yeah.
They didn't cancel anything.
Even Brian David Gilbert, the creator, he was like...
Brian David Gilbert?
Brian David Gilbert. Wow, Brian Lee O'Malley. I got
There
my
we go.
Brian's
You got your
mixed up.
Brian's.
Brian Lee O'Malley was said, yeah, we could do more, but I never really
I
thought we would.
Yeah.
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 But it also got me playing the old beat 'em up game.
Oh, yeah. It's good stuff.
since
now
it-
that I could talk about.
Since
That's
it
good stuff.
resurfaced a little bit. Mm-hmm. And God, it is hard.
Oh, it's old school Nintendo hard.
It
It's
is
good.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
It is a slog to get through these fights.
Well, it's a quarter muncher without the quarters.
yeah, and I'm like, God.
And you can kind of grind it, can't you?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
even because once you beat a boss, you don't have to go back to that area. But until you beat the next boss, you have to keep going through the same level over and over and over again. But you get to keep your levels, so you get to keep your the moves you unlock with whatever character you're playing.
You know what? I mean, I know that game came out years ago, but there's been a real resurgence in the last couple of years of beat 'em ups.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you had
Between that-
Shredder's Revenge.
Yep, TMNT Shredder's Revenge. They had the Power Rangers Rita's Rewind.
Is that one any good?
It's fine.
Is it out?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been out for a while.
a little while. It's perfectly fine. It definitely builds off of the Ranger Once and Always. The finale, the special.
I wonder, is that even still on Netflix, or did they pull that?
I don't know. I haven't looked.
I haven't looked lately. I mean,
That sounds like something they'd be like, bye.
yeah. Well, the second Hasbro makes their own streaming service, it's gone.
All the Power Rangers will be there.
Because Power Rangers is Hasbro now.
yeah.
But that's they had a Streets of Rage game
4,
which
And it's
I've heard is
good.
fine.
It is
It's good.
It's on the Plus. I haven't downloaded. I look at it a lot. And I'm like, nah.
And I had no idea, but apparently they made a G.I. Joe
Yes.
this year.
Yeah, it was-
that was bad because I watched a video of the worst releases of 2024 and it was square in the middle of them.
Why would you make a G.I. Joe beat 'em up? You make a G.I. Joe Contra is what you make.
That's what you make. Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks like it was made by the same people who made Shredder's Revenge.
It was not. It was someone aping the style of Shredder's Revenge.
If it was made by them, it would have been good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shredder's Revenge, I'm torn between that and the Scott Pilgrim game being the best modern beat 'em up.
Yeah. Yeah. I would
feel
say
like
so.
Shredder's Revenge is a lot easier because
Yeah.
I flew through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had a smile on my face the entire time.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was like all the little background gags and the different stupid things you could make the foot ninjas the
Why
foot,
you beat them up and stuff.
yeah, like threw them at the screen
like
hit 'em
like
into
the
other
old
thing.
school.
Yeah, I
and they
love
keep adding DLC to it. Like, isn't Mondo Gecko a playable character now?
I think so, yeah. And Karai.
And Karai, yeah.
I remember Karai and I have Usagi.
Didn't they? Why do I think that they also put in the comics version of Venus de Milo? I could be wrong.
No, I don't think so.
I could be wrong.
I don't think so. The only diesel characters I remember are Usagi and Karai.
Okay. Well,
And Mondo, I'm pretty sure they
Mondo
put in
Gecko, I'm pretty sure is there because he has a skateboard for most of it, I believe. I could be wrong.
I remember running into the Toad kids.
Genghis Toad.
The Punk Frogs, they're
Yeah, the
all
Punk
over.
Frogs.
yeah,
they're
the
all
Punk
over
Frogs.
that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like
They had 4 DLC characters, I thought. It's Karai, Mondo Gecko, Usagi, and then there's another one I'm not thinking of.
Wasn't it? Casey Jones wasn't part of the initial pack,
Yeah,
was
it's
it?
Casey Jones.
It's Casey Jones.
It's Casey Jones.
Yeah. Because April was part of the initial run. Didn't they also put Splinter in it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But
yeah.
I think he was one of just like right after it
right
came out,
after.
like,
They had. I think they had like a immediate DLC and then a later on like season 1 or whatever.
I want playable Irene.
Oh yeah, get Vernon. The news the head of the news corporation. yeah. Cody, have you been checking stuff out?
Let's see. I watched the new movie, and I'm really pushing the boundaries of our later night time slot here. Nightbitch with Amy Adams.
We are solidly mid-level PG-13 now. I think you can say Nightbitch. We just can't like hammer it.
It's also just the name of the movie.
It's also the name of the movie, yeah, so we're allowed. It's okay. Amy Adams, and it's the one where she turns into a dog, right?
Yes, she is a new stay-at-home mom who is losing her mind and is turning into a dog.
A dog at night, yeah.
At night.
Yeah.
so like a werewolf, but not mean.
No, a dog.
just a dog.
Like a literal dog.
Yeah, like a werewolf, but not mean.
kind of, but it's the whole movie is an allegory for, because she was like a she was like artist or something like that, who now has to kind of give up the dream and become something else, and it's kind of a similar kind of situation.
It has a lot to say about motherhood and stay-at-home mothering and giving up on your art to do something else. And it is very good, and it's very good at making those points without it being like
hit you over the head.
Yeah, or like preachy. The character back and forth is really good, like between her and her like idiot husband that doesn't realize that he's being
an idiot. Sure.
Yeah, and not a comical idiot, like a realistic, like just doesn't realize what's going on.
Oblivious.
Yeah, oblivious.
Male privilege without the malice behind it, just oblivious. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Taking things for granted kind of situation.
Yep. And it's not as genre-y as you think. Like, it's
really?
not like a straight-up horror movie or anything. Like,
okay.
Like, there's moments where wild things happen, but I think it's more about the allegory than it is about being a genre film.
It's telling a story. It's not just being, hey, check this werewolf dog out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's cool.
It's a little more elevated than, whoa, check it out, she's a dog.
Yeah.
And, like, you know,
it actually kind of reminds me a little bit of The Substance, because The Substance had a lot of, practical effects, body horror stuff, which was like, hey, check this out.
Yeah.
But also, it was telling a very, like...
Yeah.
Behind all the grotesque stuff, it's telling a really good story.
It's a way tamer version of The Substance.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a different allegory than The Substance.
Sure, but it's similar kind of in the same vein, I guess. Yeah.
They're both good in their own, in the different directions they go with an allegorical story like this.
Yeah, and you know what? This is going to be a weird comparison, but those two and the Barbie movie, kind of in a similar vein, instead of horror or, weird stuff that way, it's in a comedy and magical fantasy kind of situation.
Magical realism.
But there's a real plot and like a real message couched inside all of this other stuff surrounding it. And I think that's really cool.
Once I realized that the patriarchy wasn't about horses, I stopped caring.
I stopped caring.
Yeah.
There's a great sequence where Amy Adams sings Dare to Be Stupid.
I've seen that clip. I think Weird Al shared that clip.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
It's like when she's reached her like lowest point and is losing her mind. There's a great bit because feels like she's turning into a dog. She kind of lays it on her kid, like, oh, let's be dogs, we're just playing, we're dogs. And she can't get the kid to sleep at night until she buys a dog bed and is putting the kid to sleep in a dog bed. Which is hilarious.
Oh, that's great.
Like, it's a great movie. It's on Hulu. It's a good watch.
I need to watch it. I need to sit down and watch it.
It's a movie that has a good message and says something without being so heavy that it's not a fun watch.
Yeah.
It's still a fun watch.
Well, that's cool. That's good. That's good. Do we have any other quick ones before we jump into the news part of the program? I mean, I'm watching things for a secret project I'm working on, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil
until that's ready. That's still cooking.
It's still in the oven. Still got another week or two maybe.
I feel like I should talk about a game, but I've still been playing the same games. Like I've still been in and out of Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah,
and Dragon Quest.
Nice. I finally finished and collected all of the unlockables in Vampire Survivor, so
nice.
I'm up to date. And the final secret, super secret one after you unlock everybody is Chaos from Aria of Sorrow, the one where it's just the entire screen is just garbage. And its special ability is that it has all of the special cards. Like that gives you the modifiers and stuff. It just has them all.
Wow.
From the beginning. And it's unplayable. The character is unplayable.
I love that about Vampire Survivors, how it's not at all afraid to break itself.
Oh yeah, the point is we're going to make this game as busted as we can. as quickly as we can because, hey,
that's part of the fun.
that's the loop. That's the gameplay loop. So
I haven't played the game myself, but I've watched 1,000 streamers play it. That Me-Side game, have you seen that?
I have
Oh,
not.
yeah. I almost bought it.
It's an indie horror game about like somebody playing a mobile waifu game that they get trapped in, and like the waifu is evil.
Like a lot of people have been making comparisons to Doki Doki Literature
I was going to
Club.
say it
Yeah.
sounds like Doki Doki Literature Club.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of sad that I saw some of the spoilers that she's crazy because I was like, what is this? Because like I've been seeing memes and videos and stuff about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
and then somebody made, and then in the comments I'd see like only Monica, and I'm like, is this related? Is this related?
Yeah,
What?
right.
I haven't played it, but it's such an entertaining watch that I have watched more than one streamer play it all the way through.
Yeah.
Like,
I've been trying to avoid it because I've thought about buying it myself.
it looks like it's worth playing. It looks like a good story.
It's like $15.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Hey,
On Steam.
I am for lower budget, lower cost games that tell a good story. I don't play horror games typically. It's just not my jam. But I am so close to picking up mouth washing.
You're too scared.
Well, yeah, I'm a notorious chicken. So, but no, I'm this close to picking up mouth washing.
It seems like a real
Yeah.
not similar story, but the similar like length and production value.
Yeah, because also mouth washing is like what? It's less than 10 hours.
Yeah.
I think it's like 6 hours maybe.
Mouthwashing?
Oh yeah, don't read anything about it.
I've never heard of it.
I've seen streamers playing it, and I watched maybe 45 minutes before I stopped and went, I should probably play this myself. And I haven't
Yes.
done it yet, but it's about a bunch of a crew on a spaceship that gets stranded, and all they were cargoing was mouthwash, so that's all they have to drink, and their captain gets real messed up, and that's about all I know of the plot.
There is so much more to it, and like I said, if you're going to play, if you have any inclination at all, I got spoiled on it, but I got spoiled in like the most superficial way. Like I know the beats, but I don't know like the actual whatever. Go into it with as little knowledge. Don't do what I did.
Yeah.
Go into it with as little knowledge as possible.
But they're both first-person horror indie games that you can beat in about 2 to 5 hours.
2 to 5 hours, and they have. I know mouthwashing. I don't know about the other one, but it has PS1 graphics essentially.
Yeah. The other one
Very polygonal.
just has anime, 3D anime looking
yeah,
graphics.
it's very soft, kawaii anime tones.
Sure.
Very, very colorful, very pink.
Which
And-
is why I've seen so many VTubers playing it.
Well, sure.
Of course.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and switch over and talk about some news. All right. So we have some things here. Top of the list. I teased it at the beginning of the show. Let's go ahead and start with a good one. We're about 10 days away from Warner DC starting to work on and film the follow-up to the Superman movie, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Cool.
I didn't know a whole lot of this. I wasn't really aware it was this close to starting.
Yeah, I didn't know they were burning through them this fast.
And they're
Yeah,
they're
'cause-
rolling right into it.
Because Superman doesn't come out till July.
Yeah. Yeah. So it almost sounds like it's a once every 6 months there's going to be
Oh,
a DC.
no.
You know what? I am okay with one every 6 months because that just means 2 a year.
That's
as
way
opposed
better
to
than one a month.
One a month or one every month and a half like Marvel
Here's
did
a
there
movie.
for a while.
Here's a series. Here's another series. Oh, here's another movie.
Are you burnt out yet?
Yeah. Hey, look at this. Hey, don't forget about us. Hey. Yeah.
I didn't even know What If Season 3 was a thing
I didn't either.
until like a few days ago, and it's halfway through. It's
halfway
done
over.
now.
Yeah,
it
it's
is?
done. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was being dropped. I know this is the last season.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I've seen a bunch of memes where this season is absolute trash.
I have not heard very good things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've heard this season is very bad.
Yes.
Oh, I did watch 2 episodes of Star Wars Skeleton Crew,
Oh, yeah.
and it's pretty good. It's cute. It's Star Wars for Goonies kids. It's Star Wars kids on bikes.
Okay.
But that's fine, and it's
That's
fun
fine.
enough.
Yeah.
It's inoffensive, and and cute.
And
I
you
mean,
know what?
that's kinda-
Star Wars needs that.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what Prodigy was like. It was Star Trek kids on bikes.
Yeah, yeah. So going back to the Supergirl movie, along with them saying, "Hey, we're filming this movie," they have cast at least one other character. I guess Supergirl shows up in the Superman movie, at least at some point.
It'll probably be an after credit thing.
No, it's actually they announced who the actress is and said that she shot her scenes, so that means she is actually in it at some point.
Who is it?
You know, I will have to look it up, but I'm gonna. Okay, you're gonna look it up. Well, then I'm gonna talk about the other casting.
Yeah, let's go.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, he's back in the DC saddle.
And he's in he's playing a character that actually works. It actually fits his personality and his look. He is playing the space bounty hunter Lobo.
Immortal space bounty hunter.
Immortal space bounty hunter Lobo.
The main man.
A space biker.
He is a space biker who is basically white macho man Randy Savage.
Yeah, we don't mean like Caucasian. We mean like chalk white.
He is literally like, he is black and white. That
so
is his
so let me
colors.
do a physical description of him. He has long hair, tall, very beefy, dresses and acts like a biker.
He looks like muscular Rob Zombie.
He looks like Jason Momoa. Yeah. Like they're not going to have to, they'll digitally recolor him, but otherwise he is not going to have to do anything.
No. And they're
personality
not gonna
or looks.
And they're not going to have to incorporate his tattoo into his costume
They're
like
not
they
gonna
did for Aquaman.
They're not going to have to do any of that.
Millie Alcock.
Okay.
Whoever that
Yeah.
is.
he-
Okay, all right.
She looks.
I mean,
like,
she looks like a Supergirl.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's
she looks
cool.
like a blonde girl.
Yeah. I'm sure she's fine. I'm sure she's going to be
You know,
good.
I still haven't watched The Flash.
The new one, the movie?
Yeah.
I have no interest.
Yeah, I don't think you have to.
I have zero
I mean,
interest.
I kind of wanted to for like Michael Keaton's Batman.
Don't.
I know, but
No, I mean, do what you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but hey, don't.
Oh, she was on House of the Dragon
Oh, okay.
okay.
as young Rhaenyra Targaryen.
Gesundheit.
It really
Yeah.
doesn't matter because it's a prequel that takes place like hundreds or thousands or 1,000 years before all
whatever.
the other crap.
But yeah, I'm excited for
It's Lobo!
For Lobo,
Yeah.
a space biker who's just hunting bounties
Yeah,
across.
and he is one of the funniest characters in DC.
Because he's a parody of the edgelord character that was so popular in the 90s.
He's a parody of Wolverine
Yeah.
from the 90s. 90s Wolverine. Like his whole thing is super strength and he could regenerate himself from a drop of blood. Like as long as there is a tiny bit of his DNA,
Yeah, as long as there's a
he
cell
can
somewhere.
rebuild himself. And he does not shy away from being like, okay, yeah, I'm just going to jump in front of something. What are they going to do? I'm just going to come back. Whatever. And you're right. He has the personality of Macho Man Randy Savage.
I mean, he talks like kind of in the third person the whole time.
Sometimes.
But he's like, he always refers to himself as the main man.
The main man. Well, one of his most popular comics was a special called the Lobo Paramilitary Christmas Special, where the Easter Bunny puts out a hit on Santa Claus, and he goes after him.
Yeah, and Santa Claus does exist in the DC universe.
So does these. Yeah, they all do.
I mean, he also exists
What
in
do
the
you
Marvel
he-
universe too.
And
but
he exists in our universe. He lives at the North Pole.
Yeah. Josh,
God.
you non-believer.
It's the reason for the season, Josh.
Reason for the season, exactly.
you're being a couple of ho hos.
All right, let's move on to some maybe not so cool things. Toy Story 5.
Why?
Apparently we didn't get enough of the story. We didn't get a satisfactory ending in 3 or 4. We're going to hit that well again. Listen,
I don't think I ever even watched 4. I was
didn't
like,
either.
I was good. I was done with 3.
I saw it.
three was the end as far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned, and I'm good.
Three's ending made me cry the first time I watched it.
Same.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
4, I saw it in the theaters. It was okay. It's an okay movie, but it really was unnecessary.
Yeah, I love Toy Story. I love the characters, and I really do. It's the
Those
one.
first two movies are.
It's the one Tim Allen thing that I genuinely enjoy.
Yeah.
Sad little man.
2 years in prison wasn't long enough.
Oh yeah.
But no, I like the characters, and I just don't think it's necessary.
No.
It's remember berries. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
this thing you remember. Hey, remember it?
I remember.
I remember.
Which is funny that you brought that up because I've been playing South Park and the Fractured But Whole, and the member berries, like they're like a hidden collectible to find.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there's a documentary on Paramount Plus about Trey and Matt buying Casa Bonita and everything they had to go through to like renovate it. It's a good watch.
Oh, interesting.
One of the Fractured But Whole DLCs is like a case at Casa Bonita.
Oh, nice. So along with that, they're also working on the potential for a Labyrinth 2. Even more Labyrinth.
Robert Eggers has hinted at that he would like to do one.
Expressed interest in doing one.
That's the words that I couldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, there was
come
a
out my mouth.
manga in the early 2000s called Return to Labyrinth, and it was meh.
I don't think you could without David Bowie
No.
Or Jim Henson.
or Jim Henson
Or
for
Jim
that
Henson.
matter.
Yeah. Brian Henson's not going to do it's not going to do it justice. And I mean, remember, Labyrinth, when it came out, nobody liked it.
Yeah, it wasn't a hit or anything.
No.
It did not make its money back.
No,
one went to see it, and none of the reviewers, reviewers, whatever, didn't like them.
Yeah, it was
Didn't
ahead
like
of it because it was ahead of its time.
It was.
It's definitely part of like, you know, that hot topic like culture cult kind of thing.
Sure.
People weren't ready for David Bowie's goblin bulge.
I was going to say his cool ball tricks.
Yeah, his fushigi.
His fushigi. Oh, yeah.
No, Labyrinth is legitimately one of my favorite movies. I think it's fantastic.
Well, yeah, it comes from that golden era of like Jim Henson fantasy stuff that was just great.
Yeah. Again,
and David Bowie's great.
David Bowie's great. Have you ever seen the movie The Man Who Fell to Earth?
Yes, that's a wild movie.
Oh, I love that movie.
It's so weird.
It is, but it's great. Super, super good. I'm not going to get into a deep dive of it, but watch it. It's very good. David Bowie is excellent in it.
Who would have thought he'd be really good at playing a space alien?
A space alien falling to Earth,
Yeah.
and getting caught up in the vices of Earth,
Humanity.
of
Yeah.
humanity. Yeah. Let's see some movie things that look halfway decent. Happy Gilmore 2.
Maybe.
There was a teaser trailer. It's a Netflix exclusive, so
Of course
it's not
it is,
going to
'cause
theaters.
all the Happy Madison stuff
Yeah.
goes to Netflix.
Why not? But I mean, the tone of the trailer wasn't right.
No, it's too serious.
It was very serious. However, it looks like they got most of them back.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
The ones
Shooter
that are-
McGavin's there.
Well, yeah.
And he looks nuts.
He would probably lose his mind after losing a golf tournament to some hockey hooligan.
And like, as long I'm going to go into it expecting little to nothing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I will probably be pleasantly surprised. I feel like,
As long as the expectations are basement level.
yeah,
But hey, I love Happy Gilmore.
I'll go into it expecting Adam Sandler to do a silly voice. I'll hear the voice and I'll go hee 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 hee.
I'll clap when I hear it.
Yeah, and then I'll be done, and that'll be good.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. You know, Happy Gilmore, I think, was one of the first quote unquote adult movies growing up, like going from Disney cartoons and, you know, children's and family kind of stuff to more that
Adult
and
humor.
that and Wayne's World were the two that were kind of the ones that were like
Ace Ventura 2
yeah.
was like the first adult comedy movie I saw, and I thought it was literally the funniest thing on the face of the earth.
God, we used to quote
Oh,
to all this. It's in the bone. To this day.
it's in the bone.
To this day.
It's in the bone.
And then the Rhino scene.
Yes, you can't. Yes, the Rhino
It
scene
needs to be on a frame in the Louvre.
just playing on loop. Put it next to the Mona Lisa.
Like it's a video installation.
Yeah, it needs one of those.
Just climbing out of the
It
robotic.
needs one of those digital frames like you get from like Kohl's or something.
Just forever on loop.
The little plaque that says what it is underneath. Yeah.
Oh, play it forward, then run it backwards, and then play it forwards, back and forth, back and forth.
back.
Like like he gets slurped back into the Rhino.
back into the left.
Oh,
We need
man.
to convince an art museum to let us put this installation in.
We've got to.
Hey, if somebody can make $1 million off a banana duct tape to a whiteboard.
It'll call it like the pinnacle of comedy.
Yes. Yes, I am in. I am in.
Ode to comedy.
Yeah.
Spell it all French.
Oh, gosh. All right. Couple more things.
Mankind's funniest moment.
The moment we achieved Nirvana.
1996 or whatever.
Yes. Yes. All right. So
that'd be the summer of Pokemon Go.
well, that too. Yes. Oh,
That was World Peace.
That was World Peace. Yeah. Marvel Rivals is getting their first DLC.
They're getting their actual first season.
First DLC, first season. Yeah. Nothing has been announced yet.
Well,
officially, the Fantastic Four.
They
have.
did confirm the Fantastic Four, yeah.
But people have gone into the code and ripped out what
They
the list of
dynamite-
characters.
They dug deep and greedily.
They went into the Matrix and drank it all up.
Yep.
They awoken the Balrog. How
That's
how
right.
deep they went.
So we have the list. Should we?
Yes, let's go into
Should
the
we read the list? Okay, so we have some popular characters like Deadpool.
Obviously.
This is not a guarantee.
This is not a guarantee.
This
This
is-
is all alleged.
These are alleged things pulled from the code.
Yes. Deadpool, Captain Marvel. We have Jean Grey as the Phoenix.
Which I was surprised Captain Marvel wasn't one of the first set. That just
Yeah.
seems like a gimme for
Luna
the...
Snow was such a weird pull. She literally shows up in one comic.
there's a reason, and that's because she's South Korean, and people over there love
Hero shooters.
hero shooters. That's the
And
that's the esports pick.
And the game is made by a Korean studio.
of
Okay,
course. So they need to
okay.
put someone. We also have Valkyrie,
Cool.
which is cool. I don't know
Fine.
if they're going to do the movie version. I hope it's the Tessa Thompson. Looks more like the movie version
Yeah.
instead of the comic, because Valkyrie in the comics is just
Blonde white girl.
blonde
Yeah.
Lady
Until-
Thor. That's not Lady Thor.
Until Jane Foster becomes the new Valkyrie.
Well, sure, but
After
she gets wings.
Which
and
when
that's
she
cool.
dies, well, when she dies in her Thor run and goes to Valhalla, she comes back as Valkyrie.
Right. We're also getting some villains like MODOK, giant head, tiny arms.
Will every shot on MODOK count as a headshot?
Oh yeah, I wonder that would actually be great.
What does MODOK's hitboxes look like?
That is
It's
that
a big rectangle.
that hitbox is going to be whack.
Like it's not easy enough to kill people with Winter Soldier.
We're getting Blade.
Okay.
Maybe there's going to be an alt where he ice skates uphill. You never know. We're getting Ultron, which you said is a mix between
People are always trying to do that.
everyone's trying to.
Everyone's trying to escape uphill. But yeah, I've seen what Voltron's gonna look like, and he's like a
Voltron?
Voltron. Yeah, I've seen what Voltron looks like too.
Legendary Defender.
Oh man, that would be great. It's all these Marvel characters and just Voltron. They could technically put Ultraman in it because they have that comic series, which is Ultraman in the Marvel universe. Technically.
Oh, then I need Sue Spider-Man as an alternate costume for Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, and Leopardon. Yeah. Anyway, Ultron, he looks like a mix of the modern and
the-
classic.
yeah,
which is cool.
Yep.
Fantastic Four, of course, all four of them.
These are the ones that we know are happening.
Yes, and there are some really deep cuts as well, including Angela, everyone's favorite character, Angela.
Yeah, Angela, a character from the Spawn universe who was an angel who was on Earth.
Well, I was going to say it's someone from the Jersey Shore. Hey, I'm Angela.
Somebody's aunt.
Someone's wine aunt.
Now is Angela a Neil Gaiman character?
Angela is a Todd McFarlane character.
Todd McFarlane
Wow.
original.
Todd McFarlane original. She was created for the Spawn series, and when he retained the rights when he left Image Comics. So he doesn't really own. I mean, he partially owns Spawn, but he 100% owns Angela, and basically just said, "Hey, Marvel, she's yours now."
Yeah, give me money.
So she's been kind of retroactively put into the Thor.
Yeah, she comes.
mythos.
She's Asgardian, I guess.
She's a secret Asgardian.
Yeah.
Whatever. And Hitmonkey.
You know what? Let's go.
I hope they make him really small.
I hope they do too.
Hey, Jeff's really small.
Because isn't he like a rhesus monkey or something like that?
He
Yeah.
is a Japanese snow macaque.
That's it. Snow macaque.
You
That's
can't
the one.
say that on this show.
Well, we're on late night.
That's
we can
true.
say snow
You know what?
macaque now.
You know what?
true.
You can.
No, okay. Yes, but Hitmonkey, technically, he had his own cartoon that had 2 seasons. Jason Sudeikis was in it.
I know.
guess.
He was the voice of Bryce, the ghost assassin who taught him.
The ghost that taught Hitmonkey how to be a hitman.
Yeah, how to be a hitman.
He's a monkey in a suit that shoot gun.
Yeah, he's a Deadpool character.
He's John Wick but monkey.
He is John Wick, but monkey.
It's perfect for this game
It
about
is.
shooting.
It really is. It
Man,
really is.
it's gonna drive people nuts. Mm-hmm. I hope
He's going to be like Odd Job in Goldeneye.
He is. Yeah.
Well, Jeff's kind of like that too, especially since he can swim.
What do you mean I
And
got
up
to
and
look
walk.
down?
Yeah, I know. It's terrible.
Along with this, we're getting a couple new maps, including New York and Krakoa, which is a
X-Men planet.
No, it's not a planet. It is a floating living island.
Yeah.
And we're getting a couple of character team ups, which is the thing in the game, I guess.
They said every season we're supposed to get new or different team ups.
It's like when two people play different
Certain characters, it unlocks
they
a
get
special
like
thing.
synergy or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like nobody uses them except for like the higher level people who know how to play the game right.
Oh, sure.
Well, it depends because I mean, some of them just kind of activate on their own. You really don't have to do anything about it. Mm-hmm. Like Venoms with like Spider-Man and Penny Parker. You just kind of got to be in the right place at the right time because you start exploding like symbiote spikes or whatever.
Sure.
Versus when you have like Rocket and Winter Soldier and Punisher on your team, Winter Soldier and Punisher get infinite bullets.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
It's so broken.
Yeah.
Spider-Man and Squirrel Girl do something, but I haven't been able to figure out what it is.
Well, Squirrel Girl and Rocket Raccoon are going to be doing something soon. So that's
Infinite nuts?
Well,
To kick infinite butts.
There we go.
Well,
there we go.
Rocket already does something with Groot, and he
Punisher.
No, he rides on somebody else.
Oh.
I'm hoping Squirrel Girl and Iron Man get a team up attack at some point where she gets the squirrel armor.
Yeah.
From her the most recent comic,
Yeah.
where it's just a bunch of squirrels that wrap around her, and she just is a walking squirrel bot kind
I'm
of thing.
surprised that's not already in the
I'm
game.
kind of
Her
surprised too.
special is so it's like its announcement is really annoying.
Yeah, there's a lot of squirrel
Stampede! And it's just a carpet of squirrels that's running back and forth across the map. It's
That's
really
kind of great.
It is great, but it's also very easy to avoid.
Yeah.
Sure.
Versus some of the other ones where it's like, oh no, like Jeff in his whirlpool.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh no, I'm getting thrown off the map now. Bye.
Last thing, and we're gonna wrap this up again with a segment I like to call "Let's Make Josh Mad."
Oh yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Let's talk about Masters of the Universe once again. Last time we mentioned that Jared Leto. This might be on the lost episode.
Actually, yeah, I think this.
I think this is the
lost.
one that got 8 last week.
Yeah,
we
so this
lost
is,
a
so
show
this will be a
last week.
twofer.
This will be a twofer. One, Jared Leto is Skeletor,
But
and there is a rumor about the plot of the He-Man movie, wherein Prince Adam is actually just Adam, a bored office worker from the real world who gets sucked into Eternia and becomes He-Man from there. So it's a fish out of water, what's going on type story.
magical destiny, hero destiny stuff.
Yeah.
But then wasn't there something else you were telling me where?
The rumor is also that he's secretly also from Eternia and is basically Superman from Eternia to the real Earth when he's a child.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Duh.
It's weak. It's weak sauce.
It's the most unimaginative way to tell the story you could think of.
Hey, remember when they did that story with Hook?
yeah.
Where Peter Pan goes to and becomes an adult and forgets all about Neverland,
They
but then he
do
has to
that
go back.
story so often in media.
Especially with like a reboot property like this.
Yeah. It's He-Man. Lean into the stupid. Just lean right in. Who cares?
Lean back and throw your head back and
They
go.
even
Hey.
that awful Harold and the Purple Crown movie does it.
Yeah.
It starts out, what's the real world like? He talks to the narrator, and then the narrator makes him go to the real world.
I mean, there are some movies that do it right. Elf did it right.
Yeah.
But then
Good
again,
luck
it's Elf
finding
going
your dad.
from the real world and was raised in the magical world and comes back to the real world. Elf did it right, but it just It's stupid.
Technically, Elf was in the real world the whole time. It's
Well,
just
that's true. Yeah, that's true. He only came from the North Pole.
He had to go through
That's
the
true.
gumdrop forest.
What am I saying?
Yeah,
Of
which
course, you're absolutely right.
which we've established in the
That is a-
Nerd canon that
It's
there
a real
is a
thing.
Santa Claus.
Of course, yes.
So speaking of Elf, did you see that
I did.
picture of Will Ferrell at a hockey game?
Lakers game.
Oh, was it a Lakers game?
I
I
thought
thought it was a hockey game.
It was a hockey game.
Oh, it was
I
hockey?
thought.
Oh, he was
Okay.
behind
Might have
glass. It was a hockey
Yeah.
game.
Oh, it was a hockey
and
game.
he's in his buddy the elf costume, and he was looking rough.
He purposely made himself look like he
Yeah.
was pretty
Oh,
haggard.
Because he had a
As a joke.
cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
He was like mean mugging the
Yeah.
cameras
and
and
he
stuff.
had like a drink.
Yeah, but he had the Buddy the Elf costume on.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
great. It was great.
If I had a movie costume from a holiday movie, I would probably wear it.
Oh, all
every
the
year.
time. All the time.
I
Every
love
year.
his insistence on not doing a sequel because there shouldn't be a sequel to Elf.
No,
I agree. They've told everything they need to tell.
There are so many series and movies that don't need to continue. They're done.
It's a modern. It's not really modern at this point. I don't know, but
No,
it
it's
is.
like-
It's part of the holiday canon now.
It is.
Like it's
It is.
up there with your
It's more modern than a lot of the ones.
Like Christmas Story or Rudolph.
Christmas Vacation.
Christmas
like
Vacation.
it's in the same.
It's in the mythos. It's in the
Yeah.
holiday mythos.
Yes, yes. And if they were to do a sequel, it would probably be the most hackneyed thing like, oh no, Buddy the Elf and Jovi, is that her name?
I think
Jovi?
so.
Have a child who doesn't believe in Santa Claus
Yeah.
and he is a curmudgeon, so they have to teach him the secrets of Christmas spirit or something.
Or Buddy has lost his Christmas spirit because he's had to live in the real world too long.
Yeah.
And his son has to get him to
do
be
whatever.
the same guy
It's
again.
like the Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't. Yeah, that's low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be. Not everything needs a sequel. We talked about a lot of sequels and potential sequels on this show. Not everything needs a sequel.
No. And I honestly, I hate that. I know I've said this before, but I hate it when they take a franchise that is older and they keep trying to tack crap onto it.
Or if you're going to do that, make it stupid. Fast and the Furious should not have 12 movies.
No.
It should not have 12 movies in a 10-movie series.
Normally, in a normal universe, they would have just been 17 different stupid car movies.
Yeah, they would have made the main one and a sequel, and that would have been it. There's no reason why.
And a bunch of pretenders.
But since we've branched off into the evil universe,
Yeah. Well, are you no now? The Fast and the Furious movies are great though. They're great because they're stupid.
That's why you like them.
I like trash.
You
I
have-
like rolling around in the muck and the garbage. Give me the garbage. I slurp it right up.
Call me the trash man.
I throw the trash around
And I start
eating
the trash.
this trash.
That's a Always Sunny in Philadelphia
It
reference,
is.
kids.
Yes.
oh man, and I think it's either next week or week after next. They're doing the Abbott Elementary Always Sunny crossover episode.
Nice. All right.
What?
That's cool.
Yeah, they're doing a
what?
crossover.
Wait.
Abbott Elementary and Always Sunny in Philadelphia are doing a crossover episode.
What are you talking about?
Abbott Elementary is the other one that what's his name? Rob McElhenney? Is that the guy?
No, he's not involved. It's
I thought it was one of the guys from.
no, it's
Okay.
Keita Brunson, or I forget how to
That's
pronounce
it.
it.
Yeah.
It's her show about elementary school in Philadelphia.
I have never heard of that.
It's kind of like a workplace comedy.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So kind
and
of like
it's-
an Office
Yeah.
or a Parks and Rec.
Yeah, but school.
but school.
Okay.
And
yeah.
it's a really good show.
Do they talk to the camera?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's
They
very
do-
much that.
Yeah, they do the little interview bits.
I was thinking of the game dev show that was on Apple.
Yeah, that Mythic Quest
Mythic
or
Quest,
something.
and that was just okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, hey, we have actually hit time, so let's go ahead and wrap things up for the week. You have been listening to Nerd Overload. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com.
You can find us on all our social media. All those links are at links.nerdoverload.com.
I need to add it into the post roll. You can also find us on WZMO, WZMOFM.com, Saturdays and Sundays at 8 p.m.
You can give us a call on the brand new, freshly christened Nerd Overload hotline. The number for that is 412-345-1413.
That's
Leave us
right.
a message and we will play it on the show.
We absolutely will play
Unless it
on
sucks.
the show. Nope, I'm going to play it anyway.
Even if it sucks.
Yeah. You know what? This is the year when if we get telemarketers, I'm playing it on the show.
We are
If
leaning into the cringe.
We're leaning in to the weird.
We are cringe and we are free.
We are. All right, you can find all of our back episodes on various podcast apps, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. Things are going to happen on YouTube this year. This is the resolution for the Nerd Overload show.
Sounds good.
Things are going to happen for us on the YouTube.
As long as it's not getting deep.
And then May 2025, YouTube is shut down.
That's it. It'll be our fault. You're welcome. Finally, I'd like to thank Parker for helping us out at the Facebook page and David Pencil for our intro and outro. So again, thank you all for tuning in, and we will be back next week.
While you were out talking to women, we were studying the blade.
I was gonna make a joke almost just like that.